Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Code X podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by my usual co-hosts, Tim the Terrible, Tim Morse, and the one and only Ric Flair Comics himself, Uncle Gary.
Woo!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. There go my dogs. They're excited too.
They're excited for the show. We've got a lot of exciting things going on. Today we will be reviewing Deadpool Volume 2, which is issues 1 through 4. We'll be having certain somebody eating some ice cream in the random panel of the week. We'll be having somebody join the F list. We'll be having Right or Wrong. For the first time, it will be Uncle Gary saying his 5 statements. We'll be having some Variant Insanity and some comic book news.
I will return. You go right ahead.
No problem. Earlier on the pre-show, Uncle Gary was showing us quite an awesome, fun slab that he had that he'll be showing everyone more later on an episode of After Dark. And last week, me and Dan, we reviewed The New Warriors Forever Yesterday, and I had shown something I got at the comic shop. Well, me and my Maria, we went for a walk for a cure for scleroderma, and on the way back, went to a comic shop, and then I had to use the bathroom, and then there was no bathroom in there, so I had to run to a tile place, used it, then went back to the comic shop, and got these comic books.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Avengers Annual 10.
Ooh.
Facsimile. The Uncanny X-Men. Facsimile 268. And then,
nothing wrong with facsimile.
Yeah, I just have to have him just in comic book form. Mm-hmm. And then the first appearance, well, Howard the Duck 15. First appearance of Dr. Bong.
Dr. Bong.
Hello, yep, Dr. Bong.
I saw Liz.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Liz.
Glad to have everyone joining us.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, and then last week, me and Dan even said, I got to be on the hunt to get the first appearances of F-listers. I've got a view, so that's what I got to be doing.
You mentioned My Maria, so I know your gal's Maria. Do you know there's a song by Brooks and Dunn called My Maria?
One time, a brilliant man by the name of Uncle Gary mentioned it to me, and I still got to check it out.
Okay.
I have to check it out, man. Yeah.
My Maria. So you can sing, you can serenade that to her.
There you go.
Yeah, I will. I will let you know how it goes. Nice. Look at that. It seems to be a pretty popular song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because she in the chat, Liz said she loves that song.
There you go.
Love that song. There you go. See, Liz knows. Liz and I were talking about Streets of Fire today because we went. My wife and I went and saw that on Monday night at the theater. Are y'all old enough to know Streets of Fire?
No.
I'm trying to remember who's in it. I mean,
Michael Pere. A lot of people are in it, but Michael Pere, who was in a lot of 80s stuff. Philadelphia Experiment, he was in, which maybe Eddie and the Cruisers. He was Eddie and Eddie and the Cruisers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Very young Willem Dafoe, who was the bad guy. And Streets of Fire. Tim, just the setup of the movie alone should get you to want to see it. It's a rock and roll fable. I'm
down.
Something I'll check out too. Yeah.
From 1984. What year were you born, Tim?
79.
79. You were a little young. You were a little young. Sonny, I know you were born. Sonny, you were born in the 90s, probably, right?
1990. Yep.
Oh my God.
Just missed the 80s. Okay, I saw a list at Diane Lane. I think I have seen something with it. Maybe
Diane Lane. The soundtrack for this is so good.
Did she sing in it?
Pretended to.
Okay, then maybe that's what I saw something. Okay.
But she,
Diane Lane is amazing.
As far as you can tell, she's singing in it, but she didn't do the vocal. But she pretended to do the vocals. But still, it was great. Streets of Fire song rocks. Yes, it does.
Yeah, here, Mr. Keith.
Tonight, it opens up with a song called "Nowhere Fast." It doesn't matter if we're going nowhere, baby, just as long as we're going nowhere fast. And then it ends with "Tonight is what it means to be young." Great songs. Yes, you got to see Streets of Fire.
I'm gonna check it out.
I'm adding it to my list of movies to see.
Yeah.
But all right, everybody, speaking of movies and everything, we've got quite a bit of comic book news, and I'll get us started with the rundown. D23 was over the past few days, over the past weekend, and there was quite a few shows and movies announced. There was a lot of talk about Daredevil Born Again. There was another trailer for Agatha All Along. Ironheart, the show, was finally announced. We'll focus a little more on D23 in a little bit, but one thing that has people, there's been a controversy, and it's about the X-Men outfit change that it has been announced for X-Men 97 season 2. They're going to go with different outfits, and it's going to be inspired by the new X-Men that was written by Grant Morrison, and the artwork was by Frank Quietly. So that one's got a few people not so happy about. And then you may see in the title it's X-Men outfit controversy and Kraven's wild new look. And I was like, Kraven's wild new look. There's a trailer for Kraven, a new trailer for the Kraven movie, which is now set to come out on December 13th. And I was like, what new look? Like a new look in his eye or something? But it's actually because there's been some reshoots.
Yep.
So there has been a little bit of change about Kraven. And that pretty much goes through our run through. Anything you guys really want to focus on? I know D23 had a lot of stuff going on.
Well, let's go ahead and get the elephant out of the way first.
The Rhino or the Kraven.
the outfit change for X-Men 97 season 2. Richard, I agree with you. I hope Emma is in the next season. I think that would be amazing.
I think she is going to have a pretty big part, yeah.
Gary, if you don't know, they're going with the Grant Morrison leather outfits for season 2, or at least for part of the season.
I did. My oldest daughter did get me for my birthday Disney subscriptions. So I did watch X-Men 97.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
I liked it a lot. I did like it a lot. I thought it was very well done. Very much like the older episodes. So very much of the feel of the older episodes. So it was well done, and it was a lot of fun. So I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yeah, if you want to see like super excited talking about something, feel free to watch the reviews me and Sal did. I know Sal and Dan did some, but yeah, feel free if you want to see me really excited talking about something that I love. Yeah.
I know that's your jam. Now, for me, it's still my gold standard. Still the Justice League Unlimited show. To me, that was everything.
Yeah.
So but the X-Men 97 very good, and I own all the originals. I have DVDs of them.
Keith's got a good point here. He says, I'm all for the X-Men animated series switching looks to Grant Morrison costumes. They need to not ride the nostalgia and pull from the newer works, newer being within 20 years. I agree with that. They eventually go back to the multicolored suits anyways. And going to the Grant Morrison suits is a natural progression. I don't think it'll last very long or through the whole season. But that run came out in 2000, 2001, something like that.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little after like the movie came out,
Yeah.
Grant Morrison was. I was going to say Grant Morrison was on Seth Meyers' show, Late Night with Seth Meyers, and he is so damn funny. And he was talking about how I'm with you, Parallax. How Batman and how the superheroes are very fetishy, right? And how Batman and the Joker are surely fetishy. And he talked about, Batman, he's got the Scottish accent. He's talking about Batman. He gets in his shiny black car wearing his shiny outfit. And he's thinking, I hope the Joker notices me. It was just so great. Oh my God. Funny as hell.
Yeah, the costume change doesn't bother me at all. It's natural. They're going to do it. Let them do it. It won't be the whole season. So
I hope it's not the whole season. If it is for an episode or two, then I'm fine with it. If it was for the whole season, then I would not be happy.
2001. Thank you, Parallax. Thank you.
Yeah. So like I said, an episode 2 is fine. I just hope not the whole season, because it was fine. Even in X-Men 97, there was the episode where they changed the outfits a little bit. So we'll get to that.
You got everybody agreeing with you tonight, Gary.
See? Sorry to get on that train, fellas, but the Justice League Unlimited was fantastic.
It was fantastic. And I remember I thought they did an amazing job doing Superman's For the Man Who Has Everything. I thought they did a great adaptation of it.
Oh, they did do that
Oh.
episode.
Yeah, I thought there was
Yeah.
a
Sure
nice
did.
take on it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, aside from the costume change, Gary, if you haven't seen the Kraven, the Hunter trailer,
I
check.
watched the Kraven. I watched the Kraven trailer, and for
Nice.
me, the most exciting part was the Rhino looked pretty cool in that split
Same
second.
here.
Agreed.
Finally, really the Rhino in live action. I
Yeah.
don't count that other one, the robot.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Rhino really got me excited. Yeah, cool to see Rhino. Calypso was set to be in there, so.
Mm-hmm. Is that who that girl was walking
Yep.
through there?
Yes,
That's
Calypso.
interesting.
Yeah.
You know what the Rhino looked like? Reminded me of my Hatari cover. With what he did in there. See? And Hatari's a John Wayne movie. Yeah. But yeah, the Rhino was kind of doing that to a Jeep.
Yeah.
So.
And the Rhino's set to be played by actor Alessandro Nivola, and then Calypso is set to be played by Ariana DeBosa.
Nice.
And she's starting to make her way up. She's been in she was the lead in that movie Wish. She was in the new West Side Story.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, West Side Story. Yep.
She won an Oscar. I think she won an Oscar for that.
Yeah, she won. I know she was up for, but yeah, so she, a big star. So that's pretty good to have a big upcoming name to it.
It looks good. It looks exciting. I'm gonna go check it out.
The one thing with it is just it's Sony.
What?
Speaking of looking good and looking.
What'd you say?
I was just saying the one thing with it is that if it looks interesting, it's just the fact that it's like one of those Sony movies. You know?
It's hopefully
Morbius. Morbius and Man and Web just make everybody so kind of iffy about it. So it'd be nice if it turns out to be a great movie.
Go ahead, Gary.
Looks good, Uncle Gary.
Well, he talked about something looking good and looking exciting, and Tim had posted a throwback picture of him on stage where he was wow.
I did see that, Tim. He was rocking out.
He was rocking out. What a
I will bring it up.
Stud. What a musical stud that was out there. Wow.
Just so everyone can see this picture, I don't mind. Let me go ahead and you guys talk amongst yourself for about 30 seconds.
Well, I mean, I was quite impressed. Were you, Sonny?
I was, and like I said, I have heard Tim's music, so I was very impressed.
That's pretty good.
I don't know, Tim. He's got the rock star in him.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So this is what I tell my kids. Chat. Back in the day, I used to be cool. Used to look pretty good. So here you go. All this gray. This is all the wisdom that I have garnered since then. But back then, that's what I looked like.
Look at that. Look at that.
He is. I didn't even see it. Got Spider-Man on.
Oh, dude, my whole shtick when I was on stage was I was wearing something comic book related. Every shirt that I wore was comic book related.
Is it Deathlock under him?
I think so. No, that's Colossus.
Oh, okay, it's Colossus. Okay, I was seeing some silver and some red. Okay, so it's Colossus. Nice. But awesome shirt, man.
There you go. Yeah, I wish I still had that shirt too.
There's a couple of shirts that I had, I think when I was 12 or 13 in my school picture. We had weird uniforms, and then for school pictures, you got to wear something regular. It was a dress shirt, but it was all superheroes, like Silver Surfer, Human Torch. And later, I'm like, man, too bad I didn't have it.
That is
yes, Richard. That was Tim.
Yeah, that is me. For a short time, I was actually a pretty cool dude.
You get to do this podcast, so that brings up a lot of points.
That is true. Like my twilight years are this.
Yeah, but like I said, but Kraven, the new look, in his eye, he had a different look in his eye. Probably the reshoot caught that, and
Keith and Parallax both have good points here. Keith says the Kraven trailer makes it look like every other Sony Spider-Man-less movie where there's no real angle to the character. I agree with that. I'm not holding out for a whole lot, but I think it'll be filled with a lot of violence, and I'm cool with that. And Parallax says, how much extra stuff are they going to give Kraven to make him not suck?
Wow.
A bunch of dad insults. You can tell he's having a lot of problems with his dad in there. So there you go.
Russell Crowe is his dad. That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, you're
Tim, I
supposed
sent you and Sonny a picture.
Now let's take a Gary. Is that you?
Yeah,
sir. You need to send that to me on Facebook.
Where was that picture? I'm not seeing it. It didn't show up to me. Is it in the private?
Lord.
I thought I sent it to Sonny.
Have mercy.
Through a message. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Sure. There we go.
Did he send it to you in Messenger?
Look at the drummer, rock and roll star. Huh?
Send it to me, Sonny, and I'll put it up on screen.
Okay, I will.
And of course,
I will save it in my phone, so
Thanks,
they look like.
Richard.
Wait, why does Sonny have this picture saved in his phone?
Parallax, no, they are not going to put him in a mech suit. The suit from the trailer showed that it grew out of his skin. So.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was one thing that did get us excited was that he looks from the trailer looks like the Rhino from the comic book. So that's like the one thing I'm very excited to see because I like the Rhino.
Oh yeah, the suit
really got him.
Great. Yeah, the rest of the movie it was like, but when I saw that, I was pretty excited about that. I thought that looked great.
I hope they do that, Bougie. I hope they make him a hardcore hunter of heroes. That would be nice, but Sony's Spider-Verse doesn't have very many.
Yeah. Tim, I did send you that.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Dashing picture of
Tim, I'm sending you all one more. That one, the one I sent you earlier was more of a joke, but what I'm sending you now, that's the real deal.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, imagine these two members in a band. So you got this guy right here, and then behind the drums, you got this guy.
Boom. There you go. An alternate timeline, the Code X band.
Oh my God. Gary, that shark's tooth you got going on there? Damn.
Yeah. That was
I'm loving the hair, man.
It was a faux hawk. It was a faux hawk. And so the drums, all that was props. That was a damn Halloween thing I did in the early 80s. So I have no music. and I remember I walked in the store and somebody said, I think it was Halloween. Somebody said, nice costume. I said, costume? What do you mean costume? What the hell are you talking about? This is me, man.
You know who you look, you know what you look like you play in? Something from like the Stray Cats.
Yeah. Oh, I love Stray Cats. I love rockabilly. So I might have been channeling Billy Idol there. I don't know what the hell I was doing. So
I don't know, but I'm playing to it. So
no, not as cool. Not as cool. Still had the guns back then, though. Woo.
God.
Yeah.
So
I sent you a picture of me back then,
B. Yeah.
I can't send you a picture of me back then because I
so
was
that guy.
Gary, we can't show that other picture on screen because all the ladies that would watch it now and in the future, you'd have too many knocks at your door.
Well, the redhead's got a gun. She can.
He's sitting in front of a Camaro, girls. He's sitting in front of a Camaro. That's all you need to know.
Let me tell you something. That car, you know how you see nature videos, and you see the bears at the side of the stream, and the salmon are swimming upstream, and they just jump out of the stream right into the bear's mouth. That's what that car was. I didn't have to say nothing. I could pull up in that car with the teeth on, and the fish just jumped in the car. It was amazing.
My God. That's wonderful. Ladies and
gentlemen, we may have to show that picture.
You'll have to send it to me in Facebook again.
I believe I did. It's there.
Let me go take a look. All right, we'll put it up. And then we got to move on. We can't just stare at Gary's sexiness all day, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, look. I used to be a good-looking kid, and like I tell people, I used to be cocky, and they go, "Used to be?" Yeah, I used to be. I used to be cocky.
All right, here we go.
Oh, I love this guy.
Okay.
Oh, the youth. Oh, come on.
My Lord.
Oh, that's a good-looking kid there.
That's a brand new plate on that car too.
Yeah, 19 years old. That was a 1980. That was a 1982 Camaro Z28. The last year of the models with the big fin in the back and the hood inductor on the front.
Lord.
I would hit the gas, and the hood inductor would flip wide open, and it'd go, and I could see my gas gauge dip every time I'd hit it.
Well, there goes a quarter tank of gas. Way to go, guys.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Like I said, the fish just jumped in that car.
Oh,
it was
my
amazing.
God.
Yeah, now we're just
D23, Sonny. D23.
Oh, yeah, D23.
We have stared at Gary's guns long enough.
Yeah, baby. You know, still strong like bull, but damn, I got old. Look, 60 years old. That kid was 19, I think. 19, maybe 20. And 40 years.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit, absolutely. Oh, those were the good old days. That was 1982, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fish. There we go.
We can't show a picture of me back then. It was no me.
In 82.
I didn't mean no disrespect, my fish.
I was swimming back then.
Oh my
God. You weren't even a swimmer back then, buddy. Because that was 1982 or so. That's still years off. Years off from the tadpole stage.
Yeah, just a thought.
Just a thought. But D23, gentlemen, D23. Let's talk about that.
Which we said I can't show a picture.
Your turn, Sonny.
maybe I'll have to get one another time of me when I had the bowl haircut. You know, early
oh my
90s,
God,
I had the bowl haircut.
Gary's making a White Snake video. Here he goes again on his own.
Here he goes.
The only road
he's the OG, he's the OG Tawny.
Oh my Lord.
Oh man, where did that kid go? And it, like at least we can reminisce. Sonny's not even old enough to reminisce yet.
No.
but Sonny's got pictures from the shows he's been in where he's all looking dapper, like when he was in Fargo.
Ladies and gentlemen,
mustache Sonny.
If you want Zazel, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
What's up? What's up?
If you want to see wonderful acting Sonny, you've got to dig on YouTube. Jamie showed me those, Sonny, and I have them saved in a playlist.
Old school, my old school pre-beard me.
Good stuff. The infomercials. I love it.
Oh yeah. The old school stuff. You could also see me. I'm the lead on a show called A Series About a Series.
Wow.
It's a full show. But also, you could see me and Jamie both make, the promos that got the whole station started.
Oh, the old stuff.
And then Tim had one too.
Yeah, sure did.
So promos. But yes,
talent. So just oozing with talent on the show.
All over. But D23, speaking of oozing with talent, there was a lot of things announced there. You know, what got any of you guys excited? Are you excited for Agatha All Along, Daredevil, Born Again, Ironheart?
So Born Again, I saw the trailer for that. That was amazing. It looks wonderful. Thunderbolts, I haven't seen the trailer for that yet, but I did see the leaked trailer for Fantastic Four First Steps. Chef's Kiss looks good.
I like that too. Yes, I did.
Did you see it, Gary?
I saw the leaked trailer.
I did not see the leaked trailer yet.
And Galactus, spoilers, ladies and gentlemen, he looks amazing, and you only see this much of him. Looks great.
It's already better than the Cloud.
Oh, 100%.
Agatha.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Gary.
I also saw the Agatha one. I'm not sure what I think about. I like Catherine Hahn a lot.
Yeah.
But, Agatha Harkness did not have a whole great deal of comic canon to go on here. So, and she is so different from how she's been portrayed in the comics.
She doesn't look like the old lady anymore.
Yeah, doesn't look like the old lady anymore.
I want to see them.
Go ahead.
I want to see them bring in the Darkhold Redeemers. That's what I'm holding out for.
Yeah, but cool. Yeah.
Wow. I think when
hey Pam,
I think when Agatha was in the FF, one of the things they had her deal with was with Salem 7, which was a a group of witches and sorcerers and all that she was at odds with. So they could be interesting material.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for it. You get a 2-episode premiere, in the middle of next month?
The 18th of September.
So right when we're doing Baltimore, we get to all look forward to that when the weekend is done.
You guys could all be there, sit lay on your bellies, watch the show together,
Bunch of popcorn in front of us.
Popcorn,
100%.
pillow fights if you get angry at the scenes.
You know what? Us laying together on our bellies, eating popcorn, having pillow fights. I don't know what kind of thing you think we're going to be doing. Like, that ain't it.
Oh my God. Keith's got a good point here. Given Daredevil Born Again 18 episodes is perfect because it's more than just a movie and basically commits the actors to as many seasons as they're probably planning anyway. Agreed. And I loved seeing John Bernthal back as the Punisher. That's going to be amazing too.
He is so great as Frank Castle.
100%.
So great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we shall see what happens when it all comes out. Not too long ago, I saw something with an old episode, and we were announcing the Blade movie is supposed to come out in October 2022.
We missed that.
We talked about that, and look at we're years past that, and still,
oh yeah,
they even lost their newest director. So
yeah, but we got to see Blade and Deadpool, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but the other one, Mahershala Ali Blade, who knows when that will ever come out?
Yeah,
if so.
Probably never.
That's another Oscar winner that wanted to play Blade.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali's a great actor. Real quick, Ironheart. A couple years ago, they filmed a little bit of filming in Chicago. Not much of it, but they kept saying, "Oh, it's going to film in Chicago," and then I never heard anything about it. And people were saying that for when they were doing availability checks, they put it under a show called Wise Guys. Are you available to do the show Wise Guys? And then later people said it was Ironheart.
Oh wow!
But they've been working on that show for a couple years now.
I got 2 dogs pushing for attention, and I have to push them away.
And like Peter Lex said, the Gambit movie was supposed to come out a decade ago. So the new Blade may fall into the same category as Gambit.
Yeah.
I kind of see that as happening.
Be in development hell for forever.
Yeah. And like I said, you got an Oscar-winning actor, Mahershala Ali, who's set to be the lead. I mean, eventually he may say, I'm going to take on some other parts. I can't just be waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. And then one thing before we move on.
My favorite part of D23 was when they announced Fantastic Four versus The Incredibles in 2020. Oh my God.
They may have a better chance coming out before Blade. And before that Spawn movie, with the super slow big announcement.
Breaking news. Todd McFarlane has updated the title, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news.
Yeah. Breaking news 3 months later. He's changed it. More
Breaking news. I have added a semicolon to the title, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more updates.
It is insanity, Tim.
Oh.
And do you know what else is insanity?
Variants.
Yes. So it's time for some variant insanity.
I love that.
All right, guys. Variant insanity. So who would like to take a guess? Everybody take a guess as to what comic book this week has the most variant issues. Tim, Uncle Gary, everybody in the chat.
I'm gonna go with Tried and True, and I'm gonna say Thundercats.
Uncle Gary?
Was there a Thundercats book this week?
I have no idea.
All right, there's a new #1 of Johnny Quest. I'll say Johnny Quest.
Ding, 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 ding. Uncle Gary, you got it. Johnny Quest.
Oh, my
He's the comic book this week with the most variants. Would anybody like to guess as to how many variants Johnny Quest has? Johnny Quest issue #1.
15.
Well, let's see. I'm going to say you got Johnny, Haji, Race, Dr. Bentonquist, and Bandit, and they each get 3. So I'm going to say, would you say 15?
Yeah.
Tim?
Yeah.
5 times 3, 15. I'll say 18.
Okay. And real quick, Daniel, I see in the crowd in the chat you said X-Men last week was X-Men. So yes, this week is Johnny Quest. And let's see.
Yeah. Liz says new X-Men. Daniel says X-Men.
Yeah, so all right, and Bougie says 19.
Yeah.
So here we go. Okay, last minute time for everybody to put in their answers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Johnny Quest, issue number 1, has 28 variants this week.
My
1A, 1A to 1ZD.
CD. Well, there you go.
28.
You're the first one ever. You got it right.
Well, I just knew it was the first issue, and that sometimes these TV tie-ins get a lot. I have, I think I bought 3 of them. I love Johnny
Okay,
Quest.
you got 25 to go.
25 to go. I love Johnny Quest, and so that came out. I think that is almost as old as I am. I think that was a 64, 65 show. I had the original comic that came out in the 60s. That was pretty much a recap of the first show, and I think it came out before it hit the air. But and then there was a Johnny Quest series in the late 80s, 90s that was really good. But what I liked about the show was that Race Bannon was killing dudes. He was taking dudes out. They were getting killed in that. And then the creatures were killing people. There was a great episode with a mummy, and the mummy held this guy up and just crushed his throat, man, and choked him out. So people were getting killed in that.
Was Johnny Quest
some of those in the covers? Yeah.
Was Johnny Quest Hanna-Barbera or no?
Yes,
it was. Okay,
pretty sure. But it was the most violent Hanna-Barbera one you've ever seen.
Wow!
And the theme song was pretty cool too. If you've ever seen the opening, how it begins, it's a pretty cool action-packed theme song. And it's just really great. So you have to Google that and watch that. It is just fantastic.
Yeah. Put it on the list.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out on YouTube.
Oh, and one episode,
Maria, that's some music to listen to.
There you go. The Invisible Monsters episode. These invisible electric monsters were terrorizing this remote island that had a research outpost that that had one of Dr. Bentonquist's colleagues was there, and so they can't see these monsters, but they break the forest down, they crash through things, and they leave these giant footprints, so they can't see them. How can you fight what you can't see? So Dr. Bentonquist outfits them all with jetpacks, and they have packages filled with paint, and they throw the paint on these electrical creatures so it lands on their forms, and you can see the outlines because they've been on their jetpacks throwing paint on them. So it was just kind of fun. It was cool. As a kid, I'm like, oh, this is so cool.
I like in the comments that Liz said that on September 18th, 1964 was the very first episode of Johnny Quest. So almost 60 years old.
Good job. Like me. I'm a little bit older, so Johnny Quest is a baby boomer. There
26 episodes, 1 season. Only Johnny Quest
I like what Pam said. Quickly, like what Pam said when she said Johnny Quest is cool, but not 28 variants cool.
Well, they gave a variant for 26 episodes plus 2. Yeah.
There you go.
Me crushing somebody.
Oh man, it was just so good, so good.
Watch the Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law episode with Johnny Quest, ladies and gentlemen. You'll like that one.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
So everyone, that takes care of some variant insanity.
There we go.
Every week we'll be having more insane amounts of variants. So today it was Johnny Quest issue number 1 from Dynamite Entertainment with 28 issues or 28 variants.
I got that right.
You did, so I do applaud you. You got that right. And now, Uncle Gary, this is the first time we are going to the segment right or wrong. We've done this before, but this is your time. 5 statements. We will say right or wrong, and then we go through all 5, and then we will have a bit of a discussion about them.
Mm-hmm. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget you throw in your right or wrongs in the chat too. There are no correct answers, just opinions.
All right. Right or wrong, there's no way that Namor can please Sue Storm the way Reed Richards does.
Right.
Right. At the same time, Tim, we all know that one. It's a no-brainer.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Right or wrong, one of Power Girl's powers is defying gravity.
Right.
We're in agreement. And then you could say too, Uncle Gary, what you believe. That, if you say right or wrong for some of these.
Right or wrong, Murrah is a real redhead.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And
All right.
Stephen Daniel comment says right. Yeah. Some rights.
Okay. Right or wrong, Justice League Unlimited is better than X-Men 97.
Wrong.
I knew I was gonna get that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say shit. There.
Right or wrong, sir? One. That's not one of the that.
Well,
I'm gonna say right.
You said shit.
Right.
You said.
I'm gonna say right.
All right. Damn boob windows. That's right. Okay.
What's this? Number 5, Gary?
Is this 4 or?
I think we got one more. Is that 4?
Yep. Yeah, I think we're at 4.
This is for Liz. Right or wrong, there's no way in hell that Jim Balent's Catwoman could run across rooftops.
That's right.
Without falling over.
That's right. The ballast is not correct on that one.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Oh, that was because I forgot we did the Murrah question too. Yeah.
See, I told you it was going to be all dirty. So
saucy.
The dirtiest was saying that JLA was better than, or just the Unlimited was better than X-Men. That's the dirtiest one of them all.
I haven't watched Justice League Unlimited in a long time, so I'm gonna have to watch it again. But X-Men 97 was pretty damn good.
Yeah. I do love JLA Unlimited, but X-Men is my thing. Yeah. But JLA Unlimited was awesome.
I still think the gold standard for animated superhero shows is the Batman the Animated Series, the first one. I'm a big fan of film noir, and I know Sonny, you being a filmmaker, that I bet you love that genre too. That Batman 97 was cartoon noir. I mean, it was all the shadows and the substance, and oh my god, Pam,
top heavy.
Pam, I know. Well, listen, the Reed Richards one wasn't top heavy. That was bottom heavy.
Oh, hey, Daniel's got a good point here. They're saying the new Justice League title is supposed to be more like Justice League Unlimited. I'm with that.
I'd be
be okay with that. I'd be okay with. I loved in the Justice League Unlimited. I loved how Aquaman was the barbarian Aquaman, which was pretty, kind of like the Peter David one with the hook in his hand, and he cuts his own hand off in one of those episodes. When they the episode where they introduce him, he has to save his child, and he's trapped and he can't get away. His hand is caught, and he cuts his hand off.
Wow.
So, hardcore.
I know.
That's hardcore.
Speaking of hands getting cut off, they will go with our story later. Somebody's hand.
Oh, yeah.
Cut off. But before we get to that, we've got some more stuff to do. It's pretty hot out. The summer is still here. We've got some hot days. Some people may want some ice cream. So that brings us to a random panel of the week.
I wonder who.
It is Thor with ice cream. I have feasted on the nectars of wild fruit in the land of the Norns. I have dined in the exalted halls of the godly realms. This day, I am offered a creamsicle. I think that's the best one. Of all the other stuff he mentioned, getting the creamsicle wins.
Wow.
Okay, well, I have a bonus right or wrong for you. Right or wrong, Thor licks the creamsicle.
Right.
I don't know that he does.
My God.
He's thinking about it too much. I don't think he takes a lick.
He just goes
I think
down on it.
I think he's saying creamsicles are for mortals, not gods. Look at him.
Just that
He
for
is.
posterity one
Look,
more time.
Does he look like he's really going to take a bite out of that? I don't think so.
That
He's
is
posing
a,
for that
Offered
picture
a
behind.
creamsicle. He doesn't say. Yeah, he doesn't say he's going to eat a creamsicle. He says he's offered a creamsicle. So
If he passes that by, he's a loser. And I love Thor, but come on, man.
Oh God.
You're missing out.
well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers throwback uniforms are their creamsicle uniforms, and if you don't know what those look like, those are great. The old orange uniforms that Tampa Bay had.
Oh,
and on the helmet they
God.
had Bruce the Winking Pirate.
Yep.
Yep.
I know you're there, Scotty. I see you. I'm in
And
the
Liz
middle of
said
the show right
wrong.
now.
Bites it. That Thor bites that ice cream. He
Oh,
just goes
Liz
down.
says he bites it. All right.
It's an aggressive bite too.
All right. But guys,
The
now
way he would
it's
bite a
time.
frost giant.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, this next guy we're going to talk about doesn't match up to Thor basically in any ways because he's part of the F list. Joining the F list today is Adhesor, the Adhesive Man.
Gary, this one's all you, buddy.
Oh man.
There
Wow.
he is, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Look at that. He's got a bunch of, he's got the A on him. He's trying to salute. He's got he's got the number 8 on him. He's got a bunch of papers stuck all over his body with paper. And there we go. He's and there.
Okay.
And he's
Well,
please calm.
Yeah, he's replacing calm.
Is there a problem?
Adhesor?
Yes,
My
I mean,
hand.
no.
Yeah, you can read it, Tim.
Oh, yes. I mean, no. I mean, my hand is stuck to my head. Adhesor? Please stay calm. Oh God.
Wow. All right.
Who would like to take a stab at the history of Adhesor, the Adhesive Man?
Gary,
All right,
if you
so-
want to, go for it.
All right. So he grew up in the Midwest in a small town, and his name is Theodore Stuckey. And Theodore Stuckey, or Ted Stuckey, grew up in a small town, and he was never much of an athlete, and he was always picked on for that. So during gym class, a bunch of the jerk football players got a hold of him with the athletic tape that we tape our ankles with, and they taped him up from head to toe. And they threw him in the showers, taped up like that, head to toe. But what had happened the night before, there'd been a train derailment, and there'd been a chemical spill, and that chemical got into the water supply, and the showers that they turned on him while he had this adhesive tape stuck to him penetrated the tape, and the chemicals from the toxic waste put that adhesiveness that the tape had into his body, into his epidermis, and he could not get that off. So they cut the tape off him, but he stayed stuck for the rest of his life. And the fact that his name was Ted Stuckey did not make it any better. So he decided he had to roll with it, and the only thing he could do was become a costumed character
Vigilante.
named Adhesor. Mm-hmm.
Sonny, where the hell did you find this guy?
Well, Adhesor, the Adhesive Man, Uncle Gary, you may be right again. They don't really tell much. There is no history to him, so really that could be his name.
I mean, Ted Stuckey has got to be a great name for him.
That's awesome.
Ted Stuckey is better than anything he's been given because he has his name literally is just considered Adhesor, and he himself literally says Adhesor, the Adhesive Man. So Adhesor, the Adhesive Man, was created by Todd Nock for the story Wild Guard Casting Call.
What
So
company put that
that
out?
Image is the Image story. Yeah, it was I believe 6 issues,
Wow.
and yes, it was about a superhero, a reality show basically about everyone trying to be superheroes together, and one of the people who auditioned is number I believe 82.
He's great when your apartment is full of cats. Yes, just roll Adhesor around. Get all the cat hair up.
Yeah, he'll be covered in cats. But yeah, so even if you
Well, Gary
yeah, so
does.
Todd Knock, the character and Uncle Gary gave him his history. But even if you show on the pictures again, if you can
Yeah. Give me 1 second here.
There is, yeah, when he even said, hello, yeah, my name is Adhesor, the Adhesive Man. So that is when he is auditioning for this superhero team and, the Wild Guard. And then he goes up ahead and it's like a casting call or something. Yeah, Wild Guard casting call. So he's up there, he's all nervous. And then he starts freaking out because as he goes to salute them, he got his hand stuck to his head. And they're like, in one of the pictures, they're saying, calm down, Adhesor. And he runs out screaming. And that is the end of Adhesor, the Adhesive Man.
Wow.
Was it Dan Kelly that commented that bathroom time's got to be really difficult for him?
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find that. Did Dan post that?
I think it was in our chat.
In our chat, somebody did. I think it was Dan. Might have been Sal.
Oh my God.
It was one of those reprobates.
Good if you have a bag of frozen waffles. Hey, Adhesor, can you do your thing? Right. All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, so I say Adhesor, the Adhesive Man stays on the F list.
Yeah, 100%.
Even in the story like Wild Guard, he was not able to. He couldn't make it past audition. So what could he really do up against some bigger villains? And like he's an Image, though. Imagine Adhesor, the Adhesive Man, and his sticking powers taking on Heavy Flow, who's also from Image.
No.
You know what? That is just wrong in a lot of ways, because if Heavy Flow gets stuck together, that gets backed up, and you can't have that.
Oh my God!
Gushing out of the ears.
And then Dung too, who do the feces.
Dung would be terrible.
Yeah, so
all these heroes could be on a team. There you go.
Yeah,
Flow and Dung, and but that would be dangerous. Heavy Flow and Dung on a team, because if you get blood in your stool, that's a medical problem.
Oh my God.
And Savage Dragon, yeah. So surprising, yeah. Adhesor's not a Savage Dragon villain, but
yeah, that's shocking.
Yeah,
Eric Larson has really got some problems. He is definitely not wrapped very tight to come up with these characters.
And I love that he does come up with those Heavy Flow and Dung and all of them. But yeah, but I was surprised, that Todd Knock was the one who came up with Adhesor, the Adhesive Man. And yeah, I say he stays in the F list.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. He can't even get a telescope to look at anything above the F list.
He is stuck in the F list.
There you go.
They're very good. I saw what you did there.
Love that.
Yeah. Stuck. Yeah. Ah.
Ted Stucky.
Yeah. Well, at least he got a name, right? Now
What was that name that you came up with not too long ago for one of the F listers? Like, I'm going to have to go back and watch the damn episode, because it was one of the greatest names in the history of comic book names, and I can't remember it for the life of me. God, I'm going to find it. I'll let you know on Saturday.
Well, yeah, let me know. This, for whatever reason, this is my forte, coming up with messed up names for these people.
It works perfectly. Hey, like I said, some of them don't even have names, so
there you go.
I'm sure old Stucky, would appreciate it. All right, but guys, now we leave the F list behind and we get on to the Adhesor may be pretty forgettable, but Deadpool is only one of the biggest names in comic book, especially right now. So today we are reviewing Deadpool Volume 2, which is issues 1 through 4. And as usual, Tim Morse will give the credits.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Deadpool Sins of the Past. This is Volume 2. This is the 4-issue miniseries, written by Mark Waid, with artwork by Ian Churchill, Lee Weeks, and Ken Lashley. Inks by Jason Miner, Bob McLeod, Bud LaRosa, and Tom Weigerzen. Colors by Dana Morstead and Mike Thomas, and letters by Starkings and Comic Craft.
Okay. I'm going to start with a little bit of this. So this is about Black Tom Cassidy. He has some kind of illness. He's growing all this kind of wood is coming through him. And Dr. Kilbrew is the one who's kind of working like, okay, what we can do to fix him. And he says, that they basically need Deadpool. So Juggernaut sets out to get Deadpool. But in Deadpool's side of things, this is the first time he's unmasked. And we truly see how bad his appearance is. And then Deadpool is attacked by some of the mercenaries sent by Black Tom to get him. So obviously he fights them off at the bar he's at. And then, like I said, he has to deal with Juggernaut. But also, as he's before Juggernaut, when he's just dealing with the mercenaries sent by Black Tom, Banshee comes to help him out. And then also Siren, who definitely catches the eye of Deadpool. And then, Banshee, they're after Black Tom because he escaped prison. And then they realize that, Banshee says, okay, he's going to go after Black Tom. But Black Tom is after Deadpool, so Siren stays with Deadpool. And there's a bit of a romance that grows between Siren and Deadpool. Deadpool, he's got a thing for Siren. Even
I think it was a one-sided romance.
One side, but you know what? Because there's that one part, where Deadpool kind of goes to touch, and she quickly lets him know, like, you'll be losing that hand, you dare go to put your hand on my shoulder again. But like I said, Juggernaut comes after Deadpool. And Siren does help defend him, and they even pit lava. Deadpool even pit lava on Juggernaut, but that's not enough to stop him. And then even there's another man who comes out, Pierre, and he is also after Deadpool. But he's got his own, he's not really working with Banshee. He's got his own thoughts, and he's got his own plans for things. He wants revenge on Deadpool. And this story, I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to give to the ending. But as I said, we're seeing that eventually we find out, Deadpool finds out as well, and so does Siren, that what's going to happen with Black Tom is that the reason they want Deadpool is so he could be used to help heal Black Tom. And even Siren says, even though for all the bad things he's done, he's still, related to her, and he kind of raised her. So she kind of wants Deadpool to help him out. And, since you guys said there's no romance, I thought she did start to have a little bit of feelings for Deadpool. And, first he doesn't even tell his name. He won't even take off the mask. But eventually when she's going to leave, he says, Wade, my name is Wade. And he agrees to help out. And that's where I'll stop bringing us through the story. I'll just get to more talking about, giving more of my review. I did love the relationship between Deadpool and Siren, and that, eventually, like I said, Deadpool kind of started off as he just kind of likes her. It seems like he's drooling kind of over her. But then she starts to see that, she even tells him, you're not such a bad guy. Bucci says this, was a good story. And I agree. Even Siren says that she does see a bit more about Deadpool, that, he's not, and even Deadpool even says, like, it's not so good for a merc to be getting, mushy or things like that. But, they do form a friendship. And like I said, and how Deadpool did decide, okay, I'll help you out. I thought the first couple issues were pretty good. I enjoyed it. I'd say good and then good. But then the second half, I really got into it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun story. Deadpool is his funny self, but there's a lot of action. And, I like Juggernaut and Black Tom as villains. I like the duo. Like I liked seeing Siren. She was one of the highlights for me. I liked seeing her get a big highlight and get a big spotlight in this story. And there were little things I noticed. Like for instance, Deadpool. There was an issue with him not healing as fast, and then it seemed to they didn't really talk about it more later. Like it was left out. And I thought one thing interesting was Deadpool losing the hand, and Black Tom getting on. I thought that was cool to see. Every now and then, I like the artwork, but I did notice sometimes that there'd be little issues. But for me, a lot of the stuff was just kind of little issues here and there that would make me not say it's perfect. But for me, I absolutely love the story. I think it's a fun one. It's Deadpool. It's 90s. You get some great action, great entertainment. I really recommend this story. I loved it. I, Sonny Kruger, on the Codex Podcast with the Codex Station, give Deadpool Volume 2 9.5 out of 10.
Wow.
That
Okay.
was a very good grade by you.
Gary, do you want to go next, or you want me to take it?
I'll go ahead next. All right. So first, let me preface this by saying that this Deadpool story was set back in the time where I actually still liked Deadpool in the comics. So I love Deadpool in the movies, but I have fallen to where I don't even pick up his comic adventures anymore. It's just too much for me. Just too much blah 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 blah, joke joke joke. Spider-Man is a good level of joking for me, like Spider-Man's, level of quips. But the Merc with a mouth just running it constantly, I get tired. It just gets a little too old for me. But this was when Deadpool was still kind of fresh, kind of new, not oversaturated, and I really like the storyline. It was done by Wade, who can tell a superhero story. He can tell a fun story. There were good one-liners in there. And it was, like I said, not overkill on it. I enjoy Churchill's art, even though at times it was a little rushed in this on some, things. It was a little uneven with it. But I thought I like Sonny. Really enjoy seeing Black Tom and Juggernaut when they were a duo. We don't see that much anymore, but they were a crime team. And I always thought Juggernaut was an interesting villain, sometimes on the right side, sometimes on the wrong side. But, I always enjoyed, any book he was in. So I like the art. I like the story. Good story by Wade. I like seeing Black Tom Cassidy. Siren has always been one of my favorites. And I love Banshee too. And I think those costumes for them are fantastic.
Yes.
Superhero costumes. They're really unique, and I just love it. I love the black and yellow and the wings when they open up and they fly. So cool. So for me, I'm gonna say Sonny was 9.5. Could have been more violent. Well, there you go. There you go. Could have been more violent because it's not violent like the movies are. I enjoyed Wade. I enjoyed Wade here, and I enjoyed when he loses his mask and Siren has to, gets a glimpse of his face. That was quite a poignant moment in there, and how he did not want that to happen. So, that might have been his biggest struggle in the whole thing, catching his mask. I'm going to give it a art and story all wound together. I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. 8.5.
8.5. Speaking of Siren, I did like the moment, especially when she saw his face and touched his face. That's what I meant when I said a bit of the romance. There was touching moments.
There was compassion there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She thought he was hot. No.
Okay, so I did not like this near as much as you guys did. All right, so first off, this 4-issue miniseries does not try to do anything more than what it is, which is a 4-issue Deadpool series. In that aspect, it performs perfectly the way it should. There's not much meat to the story, but there's a lot of popcorn. If that makes any sense. This is action-packed from start to finish. There's not a lot of slowdown, and the slowdown times do not settle on Deadpool as much as they do Banshee or Siren. I loved, Gary, like you said, I loved seeing them two in there, Banshee and Siren. That was my favorite part of the whole story, along with Churchill's artwork. If he would have done the whole story, I think it would have been better. Lee Weeks and Ken Lashley, their artwork was not bad. I really enjoyed it. If they would have picked one of those three to do it, I think that would have set the tone visually for the whole story. Mark Waid, fantastic. He's amazing. He, like you said, Gary, he knows how to write a superhero story, and he does it perfectly here. But I think personally, this is more of a phone-in than anything else. There's not a whole lot to it, guys. It's very linear. This is a shut your brain off and read and enjoy comic books for what they are kind of story. If you're looking for something more in-depth, pass this one by. However, there are things that take place in this story that are pertinent to Deadpool as a character. The mask, losing that being one of those, and the other being that this, I think, is really when we get to see Deadpool fleshed out as the character he eventually becomes. A lot more jokes, a lot more mouthiness, a lot more of all of that stuff. And Mark Waid had a heavy hand in that. What Nasiza did previous to this obviously set the tone, but this really builds upon that. Winston Churchill is one of my favorite artists. Is that what I said?
You say Churchill, so
Ian Churchill. Yeah, Ian Churchill. There you go. So overall, for writing, I give it a 5. It's very middle of the road for me. I kind of saw myself pushing through it, trying to get to the end. The artwork, however, gets a very solid 8. That was my favorite part, seeing Banshee and Siren. Juggernaut was amazing in this story. He was great. Nothing stops a Juggernaut. And what did Wade say? Oh, Logic does. And because he's like,
I did like the X-Men and so and Spider-Man twice.
Yeah.
Spider-Man twice. That was one of the best lines. Spider-Man twice.
Yeah, and it just making him mad. And like every person that was chasing after Deadpool was like, will you just shut up? And that was great too. I love that. So artwork gets an 8, writing gets a 5. Overall score for me gets a 6.5 out of 10.
6.5 out of 10 for Tim.
Yep.
8.5 out of 10 from Gary, and 9.5 out of 10 for me. And Boosh agreed with me in the comments.
Tim gets to be the bad guy today. It's usually always
Tim
me.
Tim is the terrible today.
I am earning the namesake.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a summer popcorn movie, is what it is. There's not much thought to put into it. A couple weeks ago, the wife and I saw Twisters, and that's not a whole lot of thought in there, but it was fun. The leads were a lot of fun. The effects were a lot of fun, and it was just a great summer popcorn movie where you can just turn the deep thinking off and just look what appears before your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what this was.
The one part I would say where I would disagree was, I would say, with Deadpool and him having the issues of showing his face, of feeling like, oh, I'm ugly and look at this face, and then especially with Siren, when she did see him, he's like, oh, like, here's basically the monster.
Don't we all, Boosh?
And I like that Siren, that she showed him kind of compassion to say, will you stop trying to push me away? So I thought there was, for me, I thought there was a little more seriousness on Deadpool's part, with him having to deal with,
and I agree with that. I think that is an important part in Deadpool's history, and that they had Siren as a part of that. Yeah, that works perfect.
I'd like to see more of the team up between Deadpool and Siren. I hope so. I mean, maybe all these years later, maybe there has been more Siren and Deadpool comic stories that I can check out.
I think there was. I think, but I can't remember correctly. But I thought maybe there was something with there. I know for one point Siren was linked to Warpath, right? Didn't they have a relationship at one point?
I believe so, because she was dating somebody on X-Force, and I can't remember who it was. It very well could have been Warpath.
If you know anybody, put it in the comments. But anyway, so there we go. That wraps up our review of Deadpool. I said 6.5 for Tim the Terrible, 8.5 for Uncle Gary, 9.5 for me. So basically, most of us recommend it. So what do you think? Are you more on my side? Are you more on Tim's side? Are you kind of somewhere completely off? What do you think of Deadpool Volume 2? And now, Uncle Gary, it's time for you to pick the story we will be reviewing 2 weeks from now.
Well, we'll have to talk about that afterwards. 2 weeks from now, I'm not with you. 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, Mike Harbor and Chris Schwartzlander, myself, we have a date to watch one of the greatest B movies of all time. Them. Giant radioactive ants. And I've never seen it on the big screen, so that's where we're going to be. And it's just, anytime Turner comes on, or anytime Them comes on classic, Turner Classics, we're always calling each other Them is on. So, I've seen it probably a half dozen times, but I've never seen it on the big screen. So we had to do it. So I'm sorry I didn't have time before the show to tell you about that. So,
no problem.
But I do look forward to having picking picking the next thing for us to read.
Cool. I see Daniel sent the comments that Siren and Deadpool were a thing for a while in the comics. Thank you, Daniel. I will make sure to look into it so I can check that out, and I'll see more of that.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Because I'm
thought
starting
maybe
to
they
ship
had
them.
something on.
Right?
Yeah.
Uncle Gear, anything coming to your mind for anything when you're back
Right,
or a while from now?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Again.
I was going to say any stories you have in mind for us to review, like when you're back, or just want to give a little bit of time to think about it?
Yeah, I think I need some time to think about it because I hadn't contemplated. And is it going to be a single issue, or we have time for me to do an arc?
We have time for an arc, but you have time to think. And then, don't worry, but everybody, next week, we will be having Sal the Slab Guy joining us again on the show. And Sal has picked out for us to review Spider-Man, The Death of Jean DeWolf.
Oh, that was good. Sonny, I'm going to make you do Preacher again.
I said no. I may take on the Pro, though.
You made him choke, Gary. You made him choke.
We take on the Pro, but I think if we take on the
Have
Pro,
you read
it needs
the
to be
Pro?
uncensored. Yes.
Have you read the Pro?
I have, but it would need to. I think we'd have to talk. We may have to have it if we take that on. I think it has to be uncensored because of
You'll never look at a hero saving people on a plane again the same way, will you?
Yes.
So Tim, evidently you've read it.
Not read this.
Oh man, the Pro is something.
I guess I'm gonna have to. Amanda
Conner, Jimmy Palmiotti, Garth Ennis, and like I say, there's a hero that saves a plane from crashing, and you'll never look at that heroic act again the same way. And the thing that the thing that causes the plane to be in trouble in the first place is quite stunning.
And this is all done in one issue?
Yeah.
I'd say one story, yeah. So
wow. Okay. All right.
But all right, so Gary, you've got time. So it looks like it'll be a little while before we see you back on the show.
Yep.
But you enjoy them, but we will see you back on. We'll be seeing you still on other shows in the Codex Station. And like I said, next week, me, Tim, and Sal will be reviewing Spider-Man, The Death of Jean DeWolf.
All right.
So everyone, thank you for joining us. We will see you on more episodes of the Codex Podcast and more shows in the Codex Station. And I will let Tim the Terrible do the not so terrible task of telling you where you can find us and doing all the social stuff and all the business out of the way.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us tonight on this beautiful episode of the Codex Podcast. The whole reason we do this is because of you, who is on the other side of this screen. And without you, we would not even be here. So for that, we are eternally grateful for you guys in the chat. We love you all, and we talk about you often. We may even send you Christmas cards. But ladies and gentlemen, Gary's got something that he wants to say. Gary, what do we have? What do we want to give him?
This is readily apparent when you look at all the hosts that are on the Codex, especially Sonny, especially when you look at Sonny. You know that we are practically dripping with the socials, and we would like nothing better than to give them to you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, at the Codex Station, your favorite social media platforms, and where we're live streaming right now. Please make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and or follow so you don't miss content like this all the time, every time. And also, ladies and gentlemen, head over to thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, thecodexstation.com to get super cool stickers, t-shirts, and so much more.
You can even get a Tim shirt.
You can, with my face on the back of it, so you never get lost. That's why I have it.
And listen,
ladies,
you can wear it. You can wear it backwards so you can look down and see Tim all the time.
That is also true. I am a good food catcher, ladies and gentlemen. All right. My name is Tim the Terrible. This beautiful man over here is the Ric Flair of comic books, Uncle Gary himself. And down below is the Prince of PDF trophies, Sonny Kruger. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Codex Podcast right here on the Codex Station. And we will see you tomorrow night for Comic Character of the Week. See you next time.